Shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings to the Father of lights and the beloved Son, the throne of King David, sons and daughters of the royal house, and the elect of Israel. All praises. You know, what I was breaking down to y'all yesterday about what I believe Trump is going to do, and I said I didn't have any proof. Actually, I do. One of the brothers, shout out to Priest Dobe, sent me this last night. I taught on this a couple of years ago, and I didn't even remember it was in the scriptures, man. But he showed it to me, and I'm gonna tell you, it outlines exactly what I said. All right, and what I said yesterday was that, all right. Well, you know what? Let me go through it again with a fine tooth comb. People are pissed off because Trump is doing what? He gave a big ass tax break to the rich. I mean, all the billionaires, right? And then he's taxing hard the lower class. He said people making as little as $15,000 a year, they're gonna get 75% of their shit took. But you know what that's for? He's collapsing the dollar. Okay? He's collapsing the dollar. Now, once he does that, the dollar's gonna fall. The whole world is connected to the petrodollar through the what? The Universal Commercial Code. So when America falls, that's the whole enchilada. All right. Now, then what Trump said he's gonna do? He's going to start chipping newborn babies in 2026. Right. So that's another thing. So what he's doing now, he's getting everybody on there, man. If you want to get EBT, you want to get Medicaid or whatever, you got to work 80 hours a month. That's 40 hours a week. And then you get the government help, right? But that's to draw you in. And I said what he's going to do, once he gets everybody on there, then he's going to start to, he's going to, I believe he's going to institute that chip next year. Now, I said he's starting with the babies, right? Think about it. What does the scripture say? He calls it all, both small and great, free and bond, rich and poor. So he's starting with the small. And then after that, he's going to go for the great. Because when this economy collapses, hey man, he ain't got no choice. And he have to do this because they're not going to have the money to run no Medicare and all that anyway. America is broke, just like I told you it would be. Right? Right? Y'all remember the title I told you about? Well, it's still working. Despite what some of you people thought that it wasn't going. That's why everything is the way it is now. Now, this has been done before. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. Trump is just like a fucking pharaoh, man, of Egypt. Let me show you what Pharaoh did. Those of y'all that have it, and you should, if you've been studying under me long enough, all right, you should have the book of Jasher. Right? You should have the book of Jasher. We're going to go to chapter 65. All right. Start at 16. Book of Jasher, chapter 65 and 16. All right. And all the servants went away. Now this is after the first Pharaoh he passed away. All right. This is the Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. All right. The mean one. Look what happened in verse 16. And all the servants went away from the king, and they caused a proclamation to be made in all Egypt. Tachpanches, and in Goshen, and in all the cities which surrounded Egypt, saying, You have seen what the children of Esau and Ishmael did to us, who came to war against us and wished to destroy us. So the Egyptians' position was not fortified. They had a wall that needed great repair. All right, who you think they want to do that? Right. Verse 18. Now therefore the king commanded us to fortify the land, to build the cities Pithom and Ramses, and to fortify them for battle, if they should again come unto us. So, king wanted them to fortify the city and the wall in case Ishmael and Esau came to attack them again, right? Verse 19, Whosoever of you from all Egypt and from the children of Israel will come to build with us, he shall have his daily wages given by the king, as his command is unto us. Now, the king is petitioning the Israelites to build the wall. He said, don't worry about nothing, man. I'm going to pay y'all at the end of the day, every day, all right? Verse 19 again. Whosoever of you from all Egypt and from the children of Israel will come to build with us, he shall have his daily wages given by the king, as his command is unto us. Verse 20. And when Egypt and all the children of Israel heard all that the servants of Pharaoh had spoken, there came from the Egyptians and the children of Israel to build with the servants of Pharaoh, Pithom and Ramses, but none of the children of Levi came with their brethren to build. So Levi stood on out. Verse 21. And all the servants of Pharaoh and his princes came at first with deceit to build with all Israel as daily hired laborers, and they gave Israel their daily hire at the beginning. Verse 22. And the servants of Pharaoh built with all Israel, and were employed in that work with Israel for 1 month. And at the end of the month, all the servants of Pharaoh began to withdraw secretly from the people of Israel daily. Niggas stopped showing up for work. 24. And Israel went on with the work at that time, but they then received their daily hire because some of the men of Egypt were yet carrying on the work with Israel at that time. Therefore the Egyptians gave Israel their hire in those days, in order that they, the Egyptians, their fellow workmen, might also take the pay for their labor. And at the end of 1 year and 4 months, all the Egyptians had withdrawn from the children of Israel, so that the children of Israel were left alone, engaged in the work. And after all the Egyptians had withdrawn from the children of Israel, they returned and became oppressors and officers over them. And some of them stood over the children of Israel as taskmasters, to receive from them all that they gave them for the pay of their labor. And the Egyptians did in this manner to the children of Israel day by day, in order to afflict their work. And all the children of Israel were alone, engaged in the labor, and the Egyptians refrained from giving any pay to the children of Israel from that time forward. And when some of the men of Israel refused to work on account of the wages not to be given them, then the exactors and the servants of Pharaoh oppressed them and smote them with heavy blows, and made them return by force to labor with their brethren. Thus did all the Egyptians unto the children of Israel. And all the children of Israel were greatly afraid of the Egyptians in this manner, and all the children of Israel returned and worked alone without pay. And the children of Israel built Pithom and Ramses, and all the children of Israel did work, some making bricks, some building, and the children of Israel built and fortified all the land of Egypt and its walls. And the children of Israel were engaged in work for many years until the time came when the Lord redeemed them and brought them out of Egypt. See? So, that's what they did. That's what they did. They ran a real tricky ass program, all right? And they tricked the Israelites into working for them. Now, Pharaoh actually is the one that orchestrated this. All right. Let's go to Jasher 65, verse 7. So the king answered the elders of Egypt and said unto them, This is the plan advised against Israel, from which we will not depart. Jasher 65 and 8. Behold, in the land are Pithom and Ramses, cities unfortified against battle. It behooves you and us to build them and to fortify them. 65 and 9. Now therefore go you also and act cunningly toward them, and proclaim a voice in Egypt and in Goshen at the command of the king, saying, verse 10, All ye men of Egypt, Goshen, Pathros, and all their inhabitants, the king has commanded us to build Pithom and Ramses and to fortify them for battle. Who amongst you all of all Egypt and of the children of Israel and of all the inhabitants of the cities are willing to build with us? Shall each have his wages given to him daily at the king's order. So go you first to do cunningly, and gather yourselves and come to Pithom and Ramses to build. Verse 11. And whilst you are building, cause a proclamation of this kind to be made throughout Egypt every day at the command of the king. Verse 12. And when some of the children of Israel shall come to build with you, you shall give them their wages daily for a few days. And after they shall build with you for their daily hire, drag yourselves away from them daily, one by one, in secret. And then you shall rise up and become their taskmasters and officers. And ye shall leave them afterward to build without wages, and should they refuse, then force them with all your might to build. Verse 14. And if you do this, it will be well with us to strengthen our land against the children of Israel, for on account of the fatigue of the building and the work, the children of Israel will decrease, because you will deprive them from their wives day by day. And all the elders of Egypt heard the counsel of the king, and the counsel seemed good in their eyes, and in the eyes of the servants of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all Egypt, and they did according to the word of the king. Verse 16. And all the servants went away from the king, and they caused a proclamation to be made in Egypt, in Tachpanches, and in Goshen, and in all the cities which surrounded by Egypt. See, so that's what happened. So this ain't nothing new. See, they're going to do it now. They're going to do it again. They're going to get everybody they can on that EBT and Medi-Cal and all that, right? And then, once they get you on there, the economy's going to crash. Then, your ass going to get chipped later on. And then you in the system. can't pull back from that. That's what's going to happen to them, not us. See? So, just a little quick recap on that from yesterday. Have y'all seen Trump, man? Have you look? I don't know how much time he got, dude. Check this out. All right. Hold on. They talking about Trump body odor. No, not yet, not that one. Not that one. All right. Check this out.
Yes, Cubans are getting deported.
Trump's burp scared everyone away. It almost made the bodyguard vomit. When interviewed, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis showed obvious discomfort. He frowned, shifted his body to create distance, and turned his head to the side as if to avoid something. When leaving the scene, DeSantis quickly fled. It's worth noting that the door of Trump's vehicle remained open all the time to keep the air circulating. As he grows older, Trump inevitably has some old people smell. Moreover, he has a preference for foods like hamburgers, fried chicken, and cola, which have had a certain impact on his body over the long term. However, his bodyguard didn't notice these odors. When Trump was speaking, the bodyguard's expression was distorted, as if he was trying hard to suppress the urge to vomit. In contrast, DeSantis, having experienced the situation before, deliberately kept his distance from Trump. The bodyguard had no choice but to endure the unpleasant smell. After seeing the bodyguard's expression, DeSantis couldn't help but smile. Trump's burp scared everyone away. It almost made the body...
Y'all know what's fucked up, though? Trump passed a law against that about being funky, remember? Who gonna arrest him? Right? Trump smell like shit. They said he got cancer or something, man, and it's rotting his ass out. All right? They say he rotting his ass out from the inside out. Right? They say Trump smell like straight boo-boo. He all up in that damn truck. Can you imagine being in there, locked in there with that nigga, man? Them niggas earning their money, man. They earning their money. Then when he burped that, they said Trump shit is straight humming. All right? Humming. So, he ain't got much longer, but most of I keep him alive long enough to get done what he got to get done. You know what I mean? I want to show y'all something else that's going on. Now, just did a vid yesterday on Northern Kingdom, how they tripping, right? Well, I just told y'all, same neighborhood I told you about yesterday. This is off of Western and Slauson now, right? Farther down. Look what the Mexicans did, man. Check it out. case you're wondering what's happening, all right, they're, I told you, Northern Kingdom is a trip, man, all right? They a trip. They up there mobbing through, Home Depot, all right? They up there mobbing, through Home Depot, trying to make their little rounds and shit, you know? And, people getting tired of that shit. They're like, look, man, all right, y'all do you, okay? But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. So they marching all through Home Depot with the big ass Mexican flags and shit, you know, fucking with people trying to get what they need, you know, probably trying to do home repairs or plumbing or something with their kitchen, anything. They in there trying to get the shit done. These motherfuckers mobbing all through the store, you know, fucking shit up where niggas can't even shop. So they're trying to force, right? They're trying to force us to go out there with them. As you can see, the brothers wasn't having it, man. They even interrupted a Juneteenth. I don't like Juneteenth anyway, but, you know, to each his own. But the black folks out there celebrating Juneteenth, right? These motherfuckers showed up to that. Now, you motherfuckers voted them in. Y'all the ones did the shit. But now you want to be butthurt and start whining and bitching and crying because shit didn't go your way. When you thought that niggas was going to be the ones getting shipped out, then you was cool. You love Donald, you vote for Donald Trump, right? But now since the shit is out and what y'all plan to do, now y'all want to nut up and start going around trying to make somebody put the fucking nerve of y'all, man. Y'all got some fucking nerve, dude. But see, this is what's going to bring on them riots and shit. Yeah. Northern Kingdom finna get bopped on, man. For real. For real. So yeah, I want to throw that little bit in there, man. But y'all know the drill, man. I'm telling you, Trump, that's the new pharaoh. And he got a blueprint. And this what he gonna do, man, to get it. And see, this time it ain't a wall that he trying to build. It's a new economy built on slave labor. And that's what's getting ready to happen. See? So, just wanted to give y'all a little heads up on that. I was a little droopy. Yeah, I am a little tired right now, but I want to get this out to y'all, man. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow or Monday. But yeah. Y'all read that book of Joshua, man. It's chapter 65 is right there. Telling y'all that's the game plan. That's what he gonna do. All right. So, all praises to y'all by Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Peace and power to the Father, Son, the throne, the children. The sons and daughters of the kingdom and the elect. All right. It's your King and Shepherd, and I'll catch y'all on the next go round. KD out. Shalom.